All right, Radio Bandland, where we do that look back over your shoulder thing. What an epic lineup this year. I'm sure you'd agree with Avenged Sevenfold, Extreme, and a whole bunch of them rockers. But last year was special. It was the first edition, and Sid Raveendran and his band Pacifist took the stage at Bandland. What's up, Sid? How are you?
Hey Hrishi, how's it going?
Must have been special last year, eh? Just
Absolutely,
bands,
yeah.
pure bands. No individual singer-songwriters coming together. How was the experience? How was it playing for Pacifist, man?
It was great. I mean, it was a great stage that we got to play on, and a good crowd. That's something, really commendable about like festivals that focus on band music, since it usually takes so much of involvement and like being part of it as a community. People showed up early and nobody like missed us. We were the first band playing on the second stage, and like it was packed to start off, and then like it got like the crowd got even bigger and bigger towards the end of the night when Deep Purple headlined. So it was a very, very special night.
And Bangalore is a special audience. I mean, no disrespect to us Mumbaikars and what we think of rock and hard rock
Yeah.
as our passion points. It is unique playing each time in Bangalore, isn't it?
That's true. Absolutely. We keep going. It's the best city that we enjoy going back to outside of hometown. So
So tell me about the headliners you saw. I, for one, didn't even know. I mean, I'm ashamed to say it now. Didn't even know about War on Drugs. Now I've started
right.
discovering them post Bandland, and I just love their sound. And of course, there were the punk rockers, Amel and the Sniffers.
That's right.
There was Purple and the Goo Goo Dolls. So,
Mhm.
who really blew you off?
I think in terms of just the sheer performance and like what we got to hear and see, definitely it was the War on Drugs for me and for my bandmates as well. Like we were all personally like really, really, surprised. Like we knew they were great, but just to see it in person just redefined what we think of them, like in terms of their musicianship and like just what they do, with the stage and with lights and their music. It's so beautiful to see, and it's so timeless, the kind of sound that they have. So I think we really connected with that. But on a personal level, I think we built a really nice bond with Amel and the Sniffers, because fellow punk rockers. So they get what we do and we get what they do. So that was like a great bond to have with them. And Purple was one for the books. I mean, literally the first thing I ever heard on tape. So I think that it was a great bucket list moment for sure.
And you do refer to quote unquote the plague. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the pandemic and two people not seeing each other through that phase and separating.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of like a post-pandemic heartache breakup kind of song. Pacifist is like, it was the first time we also attempted writing something a little more emo. And we're open to like, various themes, because we feel like hardcore as a genre is more than just aggressive, heavy music or, angry music. There's room for all kinds of expression, and I think emotional music is something that all of us like really enjoy listening to bands that were part of the original first wave of emo and stuff. Very much like they coexisted with a lot of hardcore bands from its time in the 90s. So yeah, I think it came quite naturally to us. The tune was very melodic, and it needed a little bit of that kind of emotional driver. So I just went with what was, I think, a common recurring theme at that point of time.
So the color in the bridge between us,
Right.
in terms of album design, was that a
Right.
lot of discussion in-house amongst the band members, or did you just all feel the same way you needed to go color?
I think it kind of came about with the idea of wanting to, do something analog. So we've always been very pro analog as a band. Like all the gear that we have, we like, we don't use any digital processing. How we record, it's always through mics and like, there's no digital stuff going on.
Wow.
And it's the same even like with artwork. We went with like photography for the first few releases. And similarly like themed like black and white graphic art for like, the follow-up singles and such. But with this one, we thought we'll do something with like actual, using cutouts and arranging them and scanning them and like creating a collage of sorts. So we worked with this really brilliant collage artist, Kanika. She's a good friend of ours as well, and she kind of put together the like a visual metaphor for what the song could mean, and then we kind of took it and just brought it to life. basically. Like that was the idea.
So, man, it's been a while since the first EP,
It
2019.
has been. Yes, yes.
So, does that mean you guys are spending time together in the studio, putting together more tracks, and making sure an album or an EP is out this year?
Absolutely. In fact, you've caught me at a very good time. We're just waiting for the mixes to come in through. We're working
Lovely.
with this incredible producer called Chris Tetty. He's mixed a bunch of amazing bands in the West, within hardcore and beyond as well, in indie and heavy music and stuff. So we're just waiting for the mixes to come through, and then we're going to put together a 5-song release very soon.
And when you're saying 5 songs, are all of them as hard as what Pacifist music is normally, or are there going to be some surprises in there?
I think that it's a mix of things we've done in the past and a few surprises as well. Because I think what's really strong for us thematically with this release is all 5 songs have very distinct identities. So there's certain songs that probably go heavy and are hard hitting, whereas certain songs still lean on that emo vibe or influence, and there's some in the middle. And there's a lot of new things that we're attempting this time now, with 2 vocalists, me and Apur, the guitarist, both of us sharing duties. So we've got a little bit of old school, call and response things going on in the music as well.
That sounds really interesting, man. Just a cursory look-see over Bandland's lineup this year in November. I mean, who's not a fan of Nuno Betancourt's? Extreme are going to be in town. Avenged Sevenfold are going to be in town.
That's right.
This amazing band from Beirut, Lebanon, the Wanton Bishops.
That's right.
They're going to be in town. Everything. So just your thoughts on the lineup and how much you're looking forward to Bangalore this year, man.
I mean, for me, Bandland it feels like home, and that's exactly what it is. It's a homecoming for all us rock fans. And for me personally, I think I'm very eager to kind of check these guys out with the Wanton Bishops and everything. They're the kind of bring in the new sounds, so it'll be exciting to catch them. And Extreme is going to be like I think quite a treat to watch because they're so good at what they do as as musicians, and they're in the peak of their form. I would say arguably probably the rare few bands from the 80s that still have that kind of form, and they've been killing it across all European rock festivals and such. So they'll be quite a treat, and so does Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, if anyone knows how to throw on like a big chorus, it's them. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
And your department, which is the Indian department, which is very robust last year, again sees some superb acts. Local boy Swaratma, of course, going to be there, but this incredible guitar player from Solan, who I've been following for the last couple of years, Satej Singh. What are your thoughts on him, man?
I think Satej has been playing a lot of shows, especially in the last 3-4 years. Like we've seen him play a bunch of shows in Mumbai, at local clubs. And he's fantastic, and he's in fact built himself quite an audience over time online as well. Like he has quite the presence online. A lot of people really look up to him and follow him and want to pick up the guitar. So props to him, man. Really, really good stuff.
Lovely. You guys can go and follow his band. They're called Pacifist, just Pacifist, Sid Raveendran. And of course, you can catch all their music on major streaming platforms. So please go and do that. Buddy man, I look forward to your EP
Thank you so
and
much.
for us to have a conversation about that. It's pacifist.india, isn't it, on Instagram?
That's right, on Instagram.
Yeah, so I stand corrected. It's pacifist.india at Instagram, and of course just Pacifist all over if you're trying to stream their music. So look forward to your EP, and thanks very much for this chat. Cheers.
Thank you, Hrishi. Cheers, man.
94.3 Radio 1.